Retarded.
Oh shit! What's up, people? Oh no! But we're here. It's Popcorn and Pints. Stephen King's The Shining, the miniseries. We watched it.
We watched it.
We watched it. And we're about to review it.
Yep. Where's James?
Right here. Shut up.
Oh shit! What's good, gents?
Colored guys today.
I'm excited to talk about Sweetback's badass winter vacation. So, I forgot Melvin Van Peebles was in this movie. And that was just lovely. It's Mario Van Peebles' dad. And one of the forefronts of the black exploitation movement in the 70s. In this movie. In The Shining.
This I'm just gonna get right out and say it. This wasn't good.
Oh, you want to give ratings?
This wasn't good at all. Yeah, let's hop in the ratings really quick. James, what you got for us?
Dude, I like the details in the stuff in it, but the acting was so bad. But so I'm giving it a 7 still.
Oh wow.
I had fun.
How about you, gamer?
Fucking 3.
Mick?
I don't think it's a 3 personally, but I give it a 6.
I'll give it a 3.5. This shit was long, boring. The acting sucked. I couldn't stand that little kid and his buck teeth. He couldn't close his fucking mouth, and he's throughout the whole.
First of all,
movie.
leave Eli Manning alone.
Well, shit. He should have did so. He should have just stuck the football instead of this shit. But it felt cheap and cheesy. It didn't feel like The Shining to me. Like, especially after watching it last week, and I'm just talking The Shining, not even Dr. Sleep, but especially after watching The Shining last week and all the positives we had for it, even though I said it was over, I gave it a 9, but like how, for example, like the atmosphere, the fear from it, the storytelling, the vibe, the feeling, I got none of that from this. I got a boring TV series that was too fucking long.
Yeah, it doesn't help that we watched it the whole 4.5 hour thing. Yeah, because like at least you had when this first came out, which I remember watching it when it first came out. And again, I would watching it again now. I remember in it was 1997 when it came out.
Yeah,
I watched all 3 episodes because it was only like the same week. I forget what days it was, but it was like in the spring, I believe. But
did they do it how probably similar to the It miniseries as far as showing it?
Yeah. There's multiple days. Most of his were like that, like The Stands, Desperation. One that came out that we're doing next month that came out a year after this and started the other half of the brotherly duo from Wings, that Tim Daly, which I think is a better movie than this. But the thing I like about this movie is it is 100% Stephen King's vision of The Shining. And when you watch this, and I do say if you love the original Shining, you should watch this because it will give you an appreciation for what Kubrick was trying to do. But it also, I think, gives you an appreciation of why Stephen King didn't love Kubrick's version.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are a lot of elements in this that are in the book as well. I forgot. I thought the Hedge Maze was in. I haven't read the book since like the 90s, so cut me some slack. But I knew that topiary was in the book, but I thought the Hedge Maze was too. But I knew the topiary attacked at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was cool that they added it, but that's neither here nor there. That's not really towards the point. My point with this is like there's so many elements to this that Kubrick, for good reason and in a great adaptation of the book, removed certain elements and made the movie a truly scary movie. This is not a scary movie.
Mm-mm.
No,
this is this isn't even a great representation of the book. Because the book, it startles, you have your imagination. This does play it more like, how do you say it? Maybe more like
sex with a condom on.
Yeah, that's probably
not even. Actually, no, not even that. Not even that, because that still feels good. This didn't even feel good.
Dry sound.
It's like getting a handy with a condom on. That's how wholesome this is. This is like 2 kids after, like a church group, two teenagers after a church group, and like one touches the other one's the outside of their pants. It's like, all right, this is kind of,
it's a dry humping orgy.
It's a
not even a dry hump.
It's not even a dry hump. Let's be real.
No. What this is like you got. This is like just walking past a girl that you just kind of brush up against her, and that's it.
Yep.
With consent. We're not MAGA over here.
This is your teacher telling you to go up to the blackboard and solve the problem, and you have a hard on.
Yep. Been there.
It's uncomfortable.
That's
really what it comes down
to. I wouldn't even say uncomfortable though, but like I get what you're saying.
It gets to an uncomfortable. Well, it is uncomfortable with how long it is. This did not, and like, listen, King wrote it. He wrote the teleplay for this, and he produced it. Like, this was his vision. He got Mick Garris, who's directed some other stuff. He directed The Stand and other things. So, like, I'm glad they got Mick Garris. Mick Garris did make it look cool, but like for this one, it bugs me because the original, regardless of whether he agrees, does hit the same themes.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand why he's upset, because this was an incredibly personal book when he wrote it, because of his alcoholism and him being a father, and all of the themes that are in this movie that were not in the first one definitely show that. So I see why he wanted to make this. It's almost like somebody took your book, adapted it in a really cool way that everybody loves, but they forgot the things that were so personal to you writing it. And they did add this. He was a good father. He wasn't a piece of shit like Jack Torrance in the 1980 version, which we discussed. He is. He hated his family from get-go.
Oh, shit, yeah,
and that was the point. And I think that made it more realistic, whereas here, him fighting would have been good if there were more interactions. We had 4.5 hours, and we didn't get to the interactions until like the third episode.
Yep.
So like, you're kind of like, how many times can you watch swing when somebody walks out of the frame before you're like, all right, we get it, something's here. Like, I don't know, like this movie just added too much and it didn't need it.
Yeah, the best thing about this movie is that it was shot at the well, they call it the Stanley now, but the Stanley, and I got to go there, so that was dope. But other than that, everything else about this movie for the most part I didn't like.
So this is the real hotel.
Yes, this is the real hotel, and then the good movie, The Shining. Yeah. That one was shot, I believe it was like on set somewhere in England. Mm-hmm. I guess because it was a lot cheaper. I don't know. I looked it up. It's in Colorado as well. The Overlook is only from The Shining. The Stanley is the one that he stayed at with room 217. Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Where Stephen King
Kubrick
stayed
picked
at,
this one picked the other one.
Where Stephen King stayed at is where this miniseries was shot, which is in Colorado, which I got to visit and go on tour, do a little tour thing to do, which I'd love to do it again. And like I said, that's the only way I'll watch The Shining again. Not this bullshit, but the other one is in the Stanley. I know it's not the same one where the movie was shot, but I think you still get the feel. You probably get better feels watching that than watching this. You watch this, be like, oh, cool, I can go down this hall, but I don't want to watch 4 hours of this again. I don't even want to watch 45 minutes of this again. I don't ever want to see this again in my life. Like,
stop hating on it.
This is 1,000% retired for good. Never watching it again unless I have to for a show. But I don't see us reviewing this again. So just throw it in. This is not worth the late fees. This would have been brought back the same day. Like, yo, my mom grabbed the wrong Shining.
I think people were excited for this because of the rivalry for so long, and they were like, well, this is by King, let's see what he can do. But the problem with King is he's a great writer. He was a better writer before his accident. I'm going to say that right now. Like, his books since have been good. Like, I like the Mr. Mercedes and a few others, but his stuff was dark. And granted, I know it was substance abuse and things like that going on in his life, but like, they led to some great, terrifying stories that have, when he's not at the helm, can be pretty good on screen. When he's at the helm, It's not so good.
Yeah, they showed it, in my opinion. Because
Can I tell you why I like this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so listen. Okay, let me do negatives really quick. I hated the acting. Aaron, I agree with you. That kid was annoying. Like, he sounds like fucking give him an inhaler. Sounds like he had asthma. What else? I didn't like. Okay, let's go with the like. Okay, so I like the extra stuff in this. I like them showing the other ghosts and furniture moving and tripping the wife and everything. I thought that part was cool. The lions, like if that was made today with the CGI, it'll be awesome. But that was bad. That was so bad. But I didn't hate this. I like the makeup when Jack turns and he's like he has Andy in that corner and he's fighting and his face goes back to normal a little bit, but then turns back into the demon looking.
Yeah, the only thing I would say that is a little more realistic is the way she reacts.
Yeah,
his possibility of alcoholism and his abusive ways. Rebecca De Mornay does a good job in how she reacts and like has like a mistrust, whereas Wendy did a good job. That's why I kind of like Wendy, played by Shelley Duvall. The way she plays it is she probably gets beat too, but they never mention that. You know, and the reason because she never really wants to like set him off. In that movie, it's tiptoeing everything. It's okay, Jack, you know, whatever. But in this movie, she challenges him because she's like, "I've seen what you can do."
Yep.
Well, I feel like it.
I did like that aspect of it. Their dynamic there.
Between the two, though, with like you were saying with Shelley Duvall's character, she was more like you were saying, like she was abused. She was scared of him, and this she wasn't scared of him at all.
Yeah, no, she was tired of his shit and didn't want him. Like in a sense of like, if we're rebuilding, I want to make sure this is the right move. Now, she did make a lot of stupid decisions for somebody who is willing to push back. Like he was only clean for 5 months. I do like that they added that aspect to it, like Ullman kind of not liking him, like you know, and which is a real aspect of it, but not in the original. Questioning his alcoholism and what comes into play. So there's some solid aspects to this movie. But it's 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it's wild. Too long.
It's too much in between beautiful imagery and trying to build an atmosphere, but you can't build an atmosphere for 20 minutes straight. Like you just can't. Like that's too much atmosphere. We need more.
Yeah.
And it wasn't there.
Yeah, like I said, you didn't get the I'm trying to think of a word I used last week, but you just didn't get like you got the atmosphere, yes, and they overdone it, but you didn't get like the creepy vibes from this at all. No, I didn't at least. Or like the scary vibes, uncomfortable vibes, like that kind of thing to where it's like, yo, if I stepped in there, I don't know if I'll make it out. This one, I feel like I just walk in there, take a shit in every single room, and then leave when I feel like leaving. Like I didn't feel threatened at all with this atmosphere of this film, with just the way they were telling the story. And because everything took so long, and like you were saying, it was mostly the second or third act is when shit started happening. And I'm just like, and I don't mind a slow burn. I love a slow burn. I mean, we just did Frankenstein last Thursday. Fucking gorgeous movie, slow burn, but everything mattered. Everything worked. I feel like a lot of things did not matter.
But The Shining too. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but like The Shining 2 last week, and even Dr. Sleep, slow burns.
It did, but they were better slow burns.
But that's what I mean. Like, so like it can be done is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Okay, yeah.
I think this personally is something that I've talked about with other writers who, when it transcends into screen, it's tough because they don't want to let shit go.
You have to.
And that's the problem. You got a 4.5 hour miniseries that you don't need all of it.
And you know what, too? Let's just really quick, because we already did this one. Let's compare this to It. Yes, we said that It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 are better than the miniseries, but that miniseries is at least worth. I probably won't watch it again, but that miniseries is at least worth watching. And it's talked about amongst, I'll say, Stephen King fans and horror fans. I've never, and I'm not saying I've been in every single conversation. So I'm sure there's people that are fans of this and that'll talk about it. But just as a whole, I've never heard people talk about this one right here in conversation at all, besides us right now. Like, I've never heard people talk about this in conversation at all. bring it up, being on social media, seeing I've never seen people talking about. I'm gonna, we're all a bunch of groups and all this other shit. I may have missed it, but I'm just saying, like, even with going back to the miniseries, like, people still talk about Tim Curry versus Skarsgård as far as who played the better. You don't get that with this. You don't get that with this a lot, and that sucks. Like, I wish this was really good, even if it had to be 3 or 4 hours. I wish it was really good and just like at least on par with. And I'll say it's tough to say that though. I was gonna say at least on par with the It miniseries, but we have different feelings about that now. But
yeah, but the It miniseries was one of the best of the miniseries.
Okay,
so like I would still say this is better than some of the other miniseries. Like this is better than Night Flyers. This is better than Langoliers. This is better than Tommy Knockers. This is better than and for all of its flaws, it like the parts that hit, they do a good job. Yeah, it is a little overacted. Like, I mean, you got to compare that to TV, and I think you got to compare it to other miniseries or stuff of that nature. You can't compare. I think taking any movie and comparing it to a Kubrick film is a little much. That's honestly a masterpiece filmmaker.
It's more so of, I mean, yes, kind of comparing the movies, but more so of just like, again, the way the story was told, and this just didn't feel like The Shining to me at all. Again, besides it being in the Stanley, in the hotel that it's at, and the title, it did not feel like The Shining to me. I know they had the same names, but
there's no way Stephen King isn't hearing this and being like, "Fuck this guy."
Listen, I'm gonna say this right now to you, Stephen King.
Don't do it.
No.
This felt like Disney was in control of it, and it's like the Haunted Mansion.
Kind of was. It was an ABC show, and Disney owns ABC.
There you go.
It had to be family friendly. I get that.
Yeah.
I will say this: they had some very cool elements to it. There's one scene where what's his name, Horace, is behind the bar, and his face is like sort of made to look ghoulish, like with the white. But they did an effect with the lighting. Like I thought it was CGI,
it was like
but it wasn't.
green.
It wasn't actually visual effects. It was makeup effects and the lighting they did that I thought was really well done. And there were some other things that happened, like for a TV movie, where I'm like, this was some good effects. Like I like this.
Back to the makeup and lighting thing, real quick, Mick. Is that similar to what you were talking about on your show a couple of weeks ago with? I forgot what movie it was, but we're like, I think the lady like transformed into a witch. It was like red and blue lighting, like one with the one lighting on, you see in her face without like that makeup that
they used a different makeup effect. So she looked normal under one filter, and then when you switched it from a red filter to a blue filter, and when you switch it instantaneously, like there was a point where she goes like this, and then comes back up, and it's like changed, and it's all on camera. It's a really good effect. It's from The Octopus from 1935, and she's like a witch, and she just looks like a regular old woman, and then she starts laughing and like kind of kicks back, and that's what she kicks back, and then when she comes back down, her face is witch, like very much disfigured and such, and it was literally just makeup effects hidden on top of other makeup, and that could be seen by 2 different filters.
Would that be something similar with this, or not really, or you don't know?
No, this is just, I don't know exactly how to pull it off, but I would say it's just more the makeup. I mean, you can do some wonders with makeup for sure. I mean, look at we were talking about Frankenstein, which we just watched. Look, what they did with his makeup, I thought was fantastic. Where so like you can really make something almost look like it's like a visual effects.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like the makeup effects, and I always appreciate practical on set like that. It was just a very cool lighting effect. What I think they did was they had the light sort of bouncing up to the face from below. Coming up from below because he was very well backlit. Now I don't know 100%, but I'd have to look into it a little bit more, and I don't know if I want to get to that scene again. But like the way they play it, just the way he was sort of lit, it was really well haloed in a way. And then like it wasn't just that the white makeup pops, it's that it shines, and that's what I really dug about it. So it really is just how you place the lighting and stuff. Smart people and what they know how to do, man. It's insane.
Anyway,
what's the twins in this movie? I don't remember seeing.
No. I don't think twins are in this movie. I don't know if Grady had twins. Yeah, she did. Yeah, he did. I'm trying to think though.
Yeah.
Stephen King, listen. Stick to writing the books.
Hey,
The miniseries, the movies, and all that shit. Just give them what your input, but let them do what they got to do.
No, they weren't in the book.
okay.
So what were they in?
This was bad. This was bad, Stephen King, and I'm
No,
a fan.
they weren't twins. That's what it
wasn't
was.
that
They were
bad.
his kids. They were just kids.
No,
So they
this
weren't
was bad.
the same age.
This was boring, Stephen King. This was very boring, Stephen King. I'm disappointed in this movie. Disappointed in this miniseries. I know you could do better, but again, just stick to writing the books. Just stick to writing the books. Give them your input, but don't take over. Because don't write the screenplay. None of that.
I could argue you could cut this down to maybe 2.5 hours, and you could have a pretty good movie.
I feel like to do that, you have to recast it for one.
Oh, the acting is bad. Yeah, I didn't like the acting.
You'd
I
have to
didn't think they
rewrite.
were bad. I thought it was very soap opera-ish for a miniseries, for a 90s miniseries.
And I don't like the kid. Is that kid? Did he grow up to be anything, or is this like one hit wonder?
I hope so. Let's put it that way. I don't think he's in acting anymore. I think he got out of it, but he was kind of like a mainstay for a while back in the day. Looks like he got out of acting in the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't make it out of childhood, I guess. In an acting way. Hopefully he's good. Made it out of childhood. He's all good, grown up. Has family of his own.
There you go.
Or not, whatever he wants. Yes.
Oh, by the way, the clothes they were wearing, 100% 90s.
Yeah. No. I don't know if this movie took place in the 90s.
It looked like the little kid Andy's shit looks like a fucking 90s fucking outfit that a teenager would wear.
How about Tony in this one, huh? That was closer to the book.
Oh, Tony! I was like, wait a minute, is that his like a version of his father? At first, I was like, I'm looking. I had to put my glasses on because I'm going blind. I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
You picked up on it that it was him, right?
What?
So at the end when he graduates.
Oh yeah, that was him in the future, Tony.
That Tony, the actor in the book, like I don't think you could see his face.
Oh shit!
Like I don't think he can make it out. I don't even know if it's conveyed. Again, I don't remember every little detail. I don't know how some of these fucking creators do it. Like where it's like, well, in the book, it's like I haven't read that in 30 years. How the fuck do you remember every little thing?
Exactly.
Like there's a lot of stuff that happened in this movie because I haven't seen this since 1997.
Yeah.
And I think this is the thing that kind of propelled me to read the book. Is to see if it matched up well, because it did not match up to 1988 whatsoever.
At all.
So like reading that, like it's around the same time. So like watching this was kind of like a good refresher on some things. But yeah, no, legit, it does not hold up. Not like Kubrick's does. Sorry, bud. Sorry,
Listen,
meaning Stephen King.
Yes, Steven, we're sorry. I'm not sorry. I have nothing to apologize for. You should be apologizing to us for this bullshit.
No, we don't need to apologize to us.
4.5 hours.
It is long. Yeah, Aaron, bring my score to 6.5. There was more negatives than positives, I was thinking.
So I think it was supposed to take place in like the mid 70s.
That didn't look like 70s clothes. That looked like he had like 90s jeans on. He had some Levi's or whatever, fucking Wrangler. I don't know what he was wearing.
There's budgets on movie sets, dude. Especially TV movies. He wasn't wearing Jankos around. Calm down.
And they had Halloran live in this one.
Huh?
He survived in this.
Who?
Halloran.
Howler. He survives in the book too.
Oh, okay. But Jack Nicholson, when he dies, just getting his arm cut off or whatever the fuck happened to him.
Yes, they changed it.
Yeah.
I said that last week when we were talking about it.
Oh yeah. I don't remember.
I wasn't mad with the switch either way because I read the book once, or listened to the book once. I don't really remember it too well, but one of those things that if I start listening to it again, I'll probably come right back. But I don't mind that they, as far as what they did with The Shining, with this one and that one, with Halloran surviving and Halloran dying, it wasn't that big of a deal. I feel like it fit. I guess it worked for both movies. The way that they did it worked for both movies. The way that they told the stories and the way that they kind of ended and all that. The connection with Danny, because you know how he dies, and Danny, like in the first one, the good one, the one that's worth watching, even though I haven't retired as well, but for other reasons. When Halloran dies in that, and Danny was hiding like in the fucking, he was hiding in something, but it was like down the hall, and like he felt it. He felt it. And in this, of course, like I said, he survived, so it was different. But he was calling him up there the whole time too. Like at a certain point in the movie, he just kept calling him. Like this dude was out here trying to eat some dinner and get some, and this little cock blocker, Halloran, help! I got daddy issues.
Wow,
Cameron, and I'll give him that.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
This is a good indicator too of like why Kubrick's is so much better. Is because could you imagine Dr. Sleep being a follow-up to this?
Oh my god. Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
Like even Mike Flanagan had to be like, we gotta go off some stuff.
On top of that, to say that too, like The Shining came out in the 80s. Dr. Sleep came out in 2019, and it was just like butter going all the way across the warm piece of toast. The way that it just spread over here. And then with this, if they had a Dr. Sleep, it would have been like crunchy peanut butter going over really soft bread that's just going to rip all the way across and piss you off.
So, did you recognize the gas station attendant who rents Halloran the thing? Mr. Sam Raimi. There's a lot of people in this movie that I thought it was cool.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Yeah. Sam Raimi. Shawnee Smith played a waitress in it. There's a few different people in this. Let's see if I can find somebody else. Pat Hingle, remember him? He was the original Commissioner Gordon on the Batman '89. He was the guy who's showing him how to work the shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, there's a lot of people in this movie. Oh, Stephen King.
Yeah,
the preacher in it. I mean, Elliot Gould we saw. Yeah, we got a few people, and like I said, Melvin Van Peebles being in it was just funny to see.
Yeah, you have all those people in it, but the movie it was just bad, man. Unfortunately, which you know what, it was bound to happen. I mean, it happened on Horror with Sturd-O-Vision. We hit a stinker a week and a half ago with Until Dark, and we did it here with this one. We're gonna get back to some good shit though.
That's how bad it is.
Listen, I enjoyed this I used to love these miniseries when they came out in the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, for this time it was fun.
Yeah, but yeah, it is bad.
You know what it is though, like maybe just because I don't know. Actually, I kind of do. I don't think I would have liked it back then either, but maybe I would have liked it a little bit more back if I would have seen it back in the day versus now. But seeing it, like, this is my first time watching it now, and it just wasn't good. And then again, I can't really say that though, because there were movies and show whatever I've watched from the past, from 90s and back or whatever, that I've seen that are older and I've watched. I'm just like, yo, this is fucking awesome. As far as first time watches around my adulthood age, and this just unfortunately too, because I really, really wanted to like this. And I knew, I mean, at the same time, Stephen King has a lot of adaptations out there. We're doing 2 years worth, so there's obviously gonna be some shit that's gonna be like, this doesn't take the cake. I'm actually gonna move my score down to a 2.
Damn.
Yeah, this just really bothered me. This just really, again, because like I said, how important it was for these stories, for the acting. It has to be on par. It has to be boom. It can't be way down here with a decent. I don't even feel like the story. I don't feel like it was written well. The story was told well. I know it's more towards the book, but they did a bad job at putting it on film, putting it on screen, putting it on our TV screens, whatever you want to call it. They did a really bad job at that. And then you throw in the acting, and it's just like, oh man, it's like a roller coaster of bullshit, in my opinion. Again, my favorite part of this movie, the only reason I'm giving it a 2, the Stanley.
Mm.
That's it. That's really it for me. Everything else I really didn't care about. I really did not care about for this. I'm just like, I just got to watch it for the show. Like it felt like, and that's bad. I hate when I'm watching something and it feels like more of a chore than a joy. And this felt like a long chore. Like, yo, listen, you got to do the dishes and go right outside, do the yard, then go right out front, do the front yard, then go inside and do the laundry, and then fucking just do a bunch of shit that's gonna take 4 hours. Whatever it is, it's gonna take 4 hours that you don't want to do that day. That's what this was. That's exactly what this was for me.
So much hate.
4.5 hours, and I did this over 2 days. I watched 2 hours yesterday, or 2.5 yesterday, and 2 today, and it just dragged. It really dragged, like your dog dragging their asshole on the floor when they got to go out.
Listen, I don't think that you fully appreciate that this is a movie that needs to be enjoyed all the way through at once.
I watched it. I did do that.
I'm kidding. They did it the first time it came out. It was three night event, dude. Yeah. The fact that they leave the credits in each chapter.
Yeah.
Yo.
And you're like, as soon as the credits roll, and you like, it deflates you the first time the credits roll, and you're like, I still have 3.5 hours of this movie. Like, I still have so much more time left.
So what was funny is like because I forgot how long it was watching it yesterday. So after the first 2 hours go, right, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is done. And then you see it coming back on again. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what it made me think of? That Lamb Chop song. Yeah, this is a song that never. I'll stop there.
There were some moments where I'm kind of like, fuck, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Do something. When he was
gosh.
playing in the snow at one point, and like everything's it's supposed to be tense because everything's sort of moving in on him with the animals. But like, it was just so fucking boring. Even her getting locked in the office, you're like, oh my God. Like, this is ridiculous.
I'm glad you brought that up because I want to talk about that whole scene. First of all, I want to talk about the bad parenting, right? All this crazy, wild shit is going on this whole time in your house. All of a sudden, you're just going to let, and you guys just moved here. All of a sudden, you're just going to let your little 7-year-old, after something literally just went down that day or the day before, oh yeah, go outside and play it by yourself. Mommy's gonna be here cleaning the windows, and then she just walks away because she hears something. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? That's awful. And then she gets locked in the room. There's this big old glass right in the door, and you're just sitting there for 25 minutes, which I'm talking showtime, movie time, not the actual time. Jack, help me! I'm like, break the fucking window and get the fuck out of there. And then she does that. The door opens and she runs out. Somehow it trips over the ball. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? The ball is right there. You have all this room in the hall to run, but you decide to just step on the ball and fall. That's stupid. Like, what in the actual fuck?
Dude, there was a point later, like 3 hours later, where I forget what she was seeing, because she was like,
she does her own stunts, guys. She also climbed in the elevator.
But there was one point where she's backing up, and then you see the ball on the floor, and I'm like, are they going to do this gag again? Are they going to make her? And thankfully, they didn't. Like, she picks it up, but I'm like, she was starting to get closer and closer to it, and I'm like, are they really going to make her fall on this thing again?
Oh my God. Like
are we serious right now?
How?
If it worked the first
movie at that point.
It's more true to the book with the mallet, the croquet mallet. There's no axe in it. So when he takes the axe to Scatman Carruthers, Dick Halloran in the Kubrick version, and he dies, that felt like this felt like more of a definitive death than even the axe did. He beat the shit out of that old man, and like left him for. He even thought he was dead. He said at one point, "He's like, Halloran's dead. I mean, what does it matter?" And I'm just like, how did an axe to the chest look like more of a wound you can walk away from than this? And he still walks away from it.
Even the girl, he fucking blasted her in the stomach with the thing, took her knee out.
Yep.
Yo, he was beating the hell out of her with that damn mallet, and then he tried to smash her in the face, and she rolled away. I'm like, damn. Yo,
He beat her like looked like he wanted to beat his Jack Nicholson looked like he wanted to beat his wife and kid in the first one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This one, he was always trying to fight with it, but then at one point, it's like, guess you got that, and oh my god. And if it wasn't so cerebral because it hits because I've heard it, but the time to take your medicine,
Mm-hmm.
he kept saying it too much. I'm like, Jesus. I was like,
Every single time.
King heard that too much as a kid or something. Like that's like one of his triggers.
Yeah. Oh, when she cracked him over the head with the Jack Daniels bottle, that shit was kind of funny.
I was like, oh my god. He scared me a little bit too because he kept quoting his dad, who was played by Miguel Ferrer, who I like the voice, who was a Night Flyer and a few other things. So he's Stephen King royalty, and a great actor. But like they kept playing up the dad thing, and he kept like quoting his dad throughout the entire thing, and I'm like, thank God I didn't turn into this. like he was just quoting his dad. My dad used to say, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Your dad wasn't too smart of a person.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just. Oh man, I didn't like this.
I did like that they made him an actual good writer, though. Like he could write. Like he knew. Like he. Nicholson does not carry himself like a teacher in any way, especially an English teacher who wants to write a book. He has no elegance. That's why, like, I love it because he doesn't write a book. He's not talented, so it makes sense. He's always posing. But that's not the case here. He's not supposed to feel like a poser. He's supposed to be somebody who can write. He's just too far gone with his trauma and his drinking. So, but the way he speaks, it sounds like an English teacher. Definitely not an English.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
you know, he's and his son being so into reading and things like that. Like it made more sense. It was like more tangibles that in the movie that sort of made the character feel a little more grounded. So there were elements of it I did like that they added in, and there were things that were elaborated on that I liked. But you might as well just read the book.
Which you'd have a way better time.
Yeah, 4.5 hours. Might as well read the book. Get that or do the audiobook. Why not at this point?
He's yelling at his wife, saying someone slid his tires and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, they showed that. They showed the kid.
Yeah.
Oh, but he thought she was in on it.
Yeah. I was like,
you
huh?
set this up.
Yeah.
Yo, he was beating the shit out of that kid too.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you got anger problems.
Like, the way he was beating on that kid, it's like, yo, listen, I'm coming to that school and fucking you up. Like, yeah, I know my kid might have popped your tires, but you have no business putting your hands on him. I'll discipline my child, but me and you got to fight.
Yeah.
Like there's no if I don't give a shit if the principal's out. Just, you can be teaching class. It's on. It's on. We're gonna right in there, beat your ass right in front of that class, and leave.
But I will say something that big, especially if this takes place in the 70s, something that big to happen makes sense why he cannot find a job anywhere. It's not because of his drinking. He fucked up. Like nobody's gonna hire you when you do that.
Oh yeah,
not just as a teacher, but as anything. So and it actually it added a little more weight in the beginning too when he was like talking to Ullman, and Ullman's like, I don't want you. He just knew he was like, there's problems with drinkers, and then you see that shit, and you're like, yeah, I wouldn't have hired him either. Yeah, was gonna. I don't want to stay in a fucking hotel with my family by myself, trapped in snow for 7 months.
Yeah.
I mean, minus the whole haunting shit, it wouldn't be a bad gig if it pays good. Like, yo, I'm gonna be here in this whole hotel. We just got to keep it going for the winter, whatever. Got enough supplies.
I don't mind heights, but it doesn't pay well enough for me to go and reshingle the fucking
roof.
Yeah, but, like,
Which, by the way, was the only real thing that happened in that first episode.
and then the bee's nest thing, the wasp. Sorry,
Oh,
the
the
wasp
wasp
nest.
nest. I like that part. I like that scene.
Yeah,
I'm
because
just
it's the only thing that happens in the first hour and 30
Yeah,
minutes.
that is true.
I'm just
Flashbacks
like,
in that. This movie
I'm
was
like,
like the first half an hour and a half was like Ghost Rider.
for that though, I'm like, most people, you know, when you get rid of the, you know, you kill all the bees, and you usually get rid of the. Well, no, I know some people do save it and preserve it. I'm like, I feel like well, obviously the house brought the bees back, but I'm like, that's not something I'd be bringing into my kid's room. Like, nah,
My kid wouldn't even know I did it. I would
no,
have thrown it away.
exact or burned it or something. You'd have got rid of it, like not just leave it there.
Hey, look how cool this thing is. Like, I mean, my kid's really into like insects and stuff, but like, that's another thing. It's like she pushed back on everything, but like not that. Like my wife would have been like, "That's not coming in. That. What are you doing,
Mick? What the fuck do you think is going? What are you thinking? No,
First
you
of
want
all,
it?
you didn't even bug bomb it right.
He
How did
didn't.
you fuck this up? It didn't. Nothing came out for like 6 hours, but all of a sudden when he goes to bed, it's like this is when they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna fuck this kid up."
Mhm.
You know, like what are you talking about?
We're gonna get him now. We're gonna get him now.
See, this movie only has parts to talk about.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they have so like it's so long and so to the point to where again there's a lot of nothing going on, just arguing and stupid shit, and then the scenes that do happen we pretty much already talked about: the moving bushes, the bees, fucking him getting knocked out by the bottle, getting dragged into the pantry and locked up in there.
That was cool. I thought that was better than the original movie.
What do you mean?
So like her, because like remember in the original movie, she drags him in and like he wakes up just as they're going in. There's no real tension whatsoever. He's like trying to grab his way out, like whoa, windy, and then she just leaves and locks the door. This at least was like he was waking up. She was like frantically trying to get him in there as quick as possible before he woke up. The kid's trying to open the latch. Like there was fear there. Like he brings him in. And like he's like, oh, and then like grabs the kid, and she's got to wrestle him away, then close the door, and he's trying to bang through. Like that was a really tense moment that I thought was done better than the original movie and filmed well. Like Mick Garris is a good filmmaker, and he's a good horror filmmaker, especially. This is just, I really think this was an oversight issue. This was Stephen King was there for every bit of it, and I don't know that you should be. Like, let's face facts, Stephen. Like. You wrote great books that were adapted well. Think about the ones you worked on. Yes, Creepshow's awesome. Those are original stories, and George Romero was there with you. And you weren't telling George Romero shit. You were listening to George Romero.
Yeah.
So there's elements there where it's like we all know what Maximum Overdrive was, the one and only movie he ever directed. When he's got an oversight, there's some issues. You can like the movie. Nobody's saying you can't like the movie, but there's things I like about this movie. But he shouldn't have been the one. I see why he was so mad about Kubrick, because Kubrick made a better movie, and he doesn't like that fact.
Yeah.
Kubrick's movie is better than the book. I'm going to say it.
I got to read. Well, I probably won't, but I got to re-listen to the book. I may agree with you on that. But again, this wasn't it.
But Stephen King is a great writer.
Yeah.
But Kubrick's not a great filmmaker. Kubrick is like a level that great filmmakers try to get to. You know, so I wouldn't even put like Spielberg on that list. So like there's genius in what Kubrick was able to pull off with it. And this, not so much.
No. We didn't even tell people, oh, Chris is missing.
Oh shit, I thought he was just nodding the whole time. He was nodding. There he is.
No, I'm talking about White Chris. And also Pete Chris. I was like, he's quiet. I'm like, what's going on?
That's because I don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's true. You don't.
I will now.
Oh my god.
So you want to take it away a little bit, gamer?
He's like, not really.
So my mama told me, never say nothing if you ain't got nothing nice to say.
There you go.
Yeah, but she wasn't talking about podcasting though. You don't got nothing nice to say. You go
I
ahead
have
and say
something to say.
I done said it.
It pissed me off having to watch it as it kept going on longer and longer. This was absolutely a pure ego fucking driven project because simply the other one was that much better and done that much better. Sorry, bud. You tried. Let other people do what they do. You do what you do. Provide the source and let the rest of the people who come together as a team make these things awesome.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry,
but
dude.
Yeah,
he took his sunglasses off for that one. He's like, I gotta look you right in the eye, Steven. We need to have a conversation.
our brethren isn't here. He abandoned us tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He
made another friend.
Yeah.
He didn't complete the King-tastic voyage.
Nope. Fail.
But we're not going to tell him till the end.
Yeah, I gave 3 points because it's a movie. A camera was used. There was some decent lighting effects and angles, but the sound was not as good as the Kubrick movie. The acting was not as good as the Kubrick movie. The budget clearly was not as good as the Kubrick movie, yet it was way longer, which means you just wasted resources even more than you fucking thought you was probably going to do anyway with less.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which again, we're gonna revise this wheel, but
oh yeah, I got to send you that list.
The crew.
Oh my god.
It's all ego.
I think
how do you anyway?
No, keep going,
man, because it's like, yo, you fucked your own fucking thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like you fucked your own project. That's like the Sistine Chapel is done, and Michelangelo came back and said, nah. Now it's done.
Why do you think he didn't direct it? He was like, this would be Mick's problem. But Mike Flanagan came in and set it straight. Married
Sorry,
too.
Flanagan. You did your best.
Well, no, Mike Flanagan did Dr. Sleep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he married.
He did his thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan's awesome. He's someone else I'm a fan of.
Aaron, you got to watch that show on Netflix.
Which one?
The vampire one. Mass. Wait.
Oh,
Midnight Mass?
Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's fucking awesome.
It is the best adaptation of Salem's Lot. And I fucking love the book. And I love that all of the fucking iterations of it on screen. I love them all. Even the last one that came out that was really abridged. They really took liberties with it, and we will get there. Mm-hmm. But I still liked it as a movie. I was like, this is still a solid vampire movie that I dig. Mm-hmm. But that fucking Midnight Mass, which is literally just an adaptation of Salem's Lot, but so fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. I urge everybody to go. Any one of Mike Flanagan's shows, like Haunting of Hill House, mm-hmm. Haunting of
Bly Manor.
Watch. Oh my God! Watch his Edgar Allan Poe adaptation, The Fall of the House of Usher.
That was awesome.
Oh, probably the best Poe adaptation ever. And then but Midnight Mass is like the best thing he's done, and that's hard to say because he's done some amazing fucking things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what's good about those is they're all like 8 to 10 episosodes. I believe 8 episodes. But
you'll be glued. You won't for Midnight Mass. You won't get off. Like you will want to finish it.
I'll say I can't remember. I don't think I watched Midnight Mass, but I know I watched the rest of them. And everything that I've watched of those from the Netflix stuff, I'm just like, yo, this is good. This is good.
This is the guy that stepped in the beginning of his career to direct Ouija 2. And it was a great fucking version. It was better than the first one.
Damn.
Because Flanagan just has it, man. And he did Hush, That's his wife in Hush too. She's in Midnight Mass and all those other ones.
Yeah,
too.
she's in a lot of his. He actually uses a lot of the same cast and a lot of the stuff that he uses. Yeah. And I do like that he does that, because it's one of those things where they're comfortable with each other, they know each other, and they think they can bring out certain things from each other that maybe others can't. And the whole Rob Zombie thing of using his wife all the time, I get it with Mike Flanagan, because his wife is actually a really good actor.
Yeah, but he doesn't overuse her in a way that's like Rob Zombie. She's the star.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like, but she shows up, like she was like in Hush. She's the main character. So anybody who hasn't seen Hush, she's a deaf character who lives in like a nice house cabin in the woods. It's not weird. Like it's just like a countryside, and a masked killer is coming to kill her, but she's deaf. So, and she's mute. So like she can't. Like she has to survive, and it's so well done for a slasher film.
Oh, it's awesome. It is awesome.
But Midnight Mass, yeah, she plays like the main. I don't even know if she plays like the main, but like the reason he does this because he puts his wife in everything. She's a good actor. She's a much better actor than Sherry Moon Zombie, and the reason I say that is because what we're talking about, the connection between that. But she was in the Life of Chuck, but she was like a small role. She wasn't one of the main roles that you're seeing throughout the entire thing. So it's not forced down your throat. He finds the right role.
Mm-hmm. He definitely does. He definitely does. And I respect that. And I appreciate that. And I wish he was the one that did this shit. Because it would have been so much better. Like we would have been talking about how well, like, this was so freaking phenomenally done that wow, and all this. Pretty much what we said about Dr. Sleep.
I would love to see him. He's remaking The Mist. Why not do another Shining? Just kind of like give him and Andy Muschietti, the one who's doing It, Welcome to Derry, and did the It movies. Give them the reins. Like, let them connect with like the one who did The Longest Walk. Start collecting up these filmmakers who are like Edgar Wright just did The Running Man, which I thought he did a fun job with it. A lot of people bitched about it, but I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. Like all of these different things, like, and start creating that world. Make sure, like, I don't know, I just feel like you could do it. And right now every fucking company is becoming one anyway. Yeah. So you could pull it off. You have fucking the Avengers versus the Shining staying at the Overlook at some point.
I wouldn't be mad at that though, Mick, what you're saying about the guy who did the person who did The Longest Walk. And then Andy Muschietti and Mike Flanagan, like those, even if it was just those three being the ones that were just like, okay, we're going to take. Stephen King is like, listen, I want you guys to take over the adaptations, make the connections and all that. I want you guys to work together. This, that, and the third. Andy Muschietti, it is yours, but it is still your, like, you know what I mean? Just because you did Welcome to Derry and Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and so on and so forth with the other guys, and just kind of see where that can go. And my goodness, like,
it's kind of fun. Oh, wait, did he direct this? I looked up the Salem's Lot movie that came out in 2024 because of what you're saying. Because it was Gary Doberman directed that, and I guess he only directed two other things. He directed Salem's Lot and Annabelle Comes Home. Yeah, have him jump in there because, like, again, like his Salem's Lot was fucked over. It wasn't his fault, and he still put a pretty good movie together, a vampire movie. Mm-hmm. So that would be. I don't know. Now I'm like into this because I want the Dark Tower, but I want it to be connected to everything. Yep, it'd be so interesting.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh no, you don't think you'd be into those though if like Flanagan did them and stuff?
Oh no, if that, yeah, but with this one,
not this.
I am completely done.
No, we're on now. We moved on. Like
I can't. Like, it was such a waste of fucking time. It was so boring, so fluff.
Well, next month's is another miniseries, but I like it. I think it's pretty good.
Is it the one with the psychic girl?
Mm-mm. Storm of the Century.
Oh, that's right, Storm of the Century. Okay.
It's actually not a book or adapted from a book. Stephen King just wrote an original screenplay.
Oh wow.
So
does it have anything to do with the whole universe?
It's still connected. Yeah, like Linoge from Storm of the Century has been compared to like Randall Flagg, maybe a Dandello, Gaunt. I've heard him compared to from Needful Things. I'm trying not to give too much away if you haven't seen it, about who he is. But like when I say compared to, you'll understand when you see what's happening with it. But, and we're going to see a lot of all the others anyway, so like you'll catch up on those too. But and that's what I like about watching that actually next, is because when we get to Needful Things or some of these other ones, you're going to be like, oh shit, like I'm going to really enjoy connecting the yarn dots on this, and seeing how they all connect.
Yeah, a lot of these are first time watches for me, and I never read the book, so that's why I'm really excited to go through it. But when you hit one like this, you're like, man.
Oh yeah,
it's a mini series. It's not a movie, guys.
But still, I mean, again, going back to it was better than this. It was better than this.
Well,
that means they had more opportunity to get it right. It was a miniseries. They had more time.
I think this could have been an effective mini. See, I don't agree with the acting being bad. I think it's a little over the top, but it like maybe because I'm older and I watched a lot of these miniseries, because not just these miniseries were every fucking week.
Yep.
And a lot of people like, but you guys were big horror guys, but I watched all the miniseries because I like movies. So like, whether it be action or drama or whatever, and the acting was always sort of similar. So this really still feels in line with those ABC miniseries you used to see back in the day, and the acting and how they kind of interact with each other.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't bother me as much. I like Steven Weber. Rebecca De Mornay was good. Fucking Melvin Van Peebles, man, that gets a point for me. And I don't mind that it was a little over the top because I knew what I was getting. Like, it's not a true horror movie, but like, it's a TV movie horror movie. It's basically Curse of the Swamp Creature, in a way. But I think we would I truly believe that all of our ratings would be a little bit, not much, but a little bit higher than they are if this was like a 2-night event instead of a 3. Because more would have been cut out. I feel like it would have flowed better. We would have gotten to the recognizable parts of the original movie that are all in like the third movie of this one. So you're waiting like 3.5 hours before you even get to any of it.
Yep.
So
and that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest gripe I have, besides the fact that I just wasn't interested and it was boring. But it's like, for it to be 4 out, like I hate when movies or miniseries or whatever you want to call them do shit like that, to where it's way longer than it needs to be, and you feel like it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth watching, sitting down, putting that time and effort into watching this, and you know what I mean. It wasn't worth sitting down to watch. Honestly, it wasn't worth sitting down to watch, in my opinion. And I don't say that a lot, so again, I'm never gonna tell you not to watch something. Watch this at your own risk. I guess if you want to go down the whole Stephen King thing like we're doing, watch it, yes. But is it worth it? To me, no. Like, again, is it worth the late fees? Fuck no. It's not even worth keeping overnight. Bring that shit right back the same day you watch it.
Now, if we never would have got the Kubrick, or if we never would have seen the Kubrick or even known it existed, but only thought this was the only one that existed, do you think your rating would have been different?
As far as like watching it now, or first time watching it, I probably still wouldn't like it.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have been memorable.
Yeah,
not at all.
I mean, it's not going to be memorable.
Or at the very least, as memorable as it is now. Like, people are aware of it. They know it's out there. They've probably, people our age have probably seen it back in the day. But that's it. But Kubrick's Shining, like, that's like a top 10 movie of all time for most people in horror section.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can see why when people talk about The Shining, like going to watch The Shining, this is not even thought about. There's probably a lot of people that don't even know that this shit exists.
I didn't.
Let alone, you know what I mean? So it's like, like if someone's like, yo, let's go watch The Shining. If somebody said, yo, let's go watch The Shining, and I'm like, I agree to it, and they put this on, I'm leaving.
That was the weirdest thing. It's like, I didn't realize this existed yet. Then when I was watching it, I got this weird deja vu feeling, but then I was like, why don't I remember this? And then I was learning as it kept going on why I didn't remember it if I did actually see it, because it sucked and I probably turned it off at some point. It's like, fuck this, Sonic is calling or something, or football outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This was definitely one of those. I don't regret watching it, of course. I mean, I got it out of the way. I can say I seen it. I can be in the conversation about it, but it wouldn't be in a positive circle. So I don't even want to. You know, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Like I can't act like, because there's times with movie fans that they'll say they're a fan of a movie, a franchise, or whatever, just because it's connected to that franchise that they know and love, or that director or writer they know and love. And you have to do the same thing and be honest. It'd be just like if this is like if your kid's fucking up at school. It's like, yo, listen, you need to sit down, read your book, and redo this report. You shouldn't have failed this project, Stephen King. You had all the answers right there, Stephen King. And sometimes it also shows you people, not just men, I'm showing the people out there, let them egos go. Let the ones who are good at doing what they're doing do it, Stephen King. Because with this here, you took the reins of this one, Stephen King, and you fucked it up. You really fucked it up. Like, I wonder how this story would have been told if you let the director direct. And whatever the case may be, if you didn't take the reins, you were just like, if you didn't do the screenplay or nothing, you're just like, here, listen, I want more of my book adaptation into this. That's it. That's all you had to say. And then let the people who are professionals at that do that. Because you're great at writing stories. You're phenomenal at writing stories, in my opinion. Probably one of the best authors of all time. I don't know enough. I'm not gonna sit here and say I read a lot of authors' books, but just in conversation, Stephen King from childhood to now, and I'm 40 years old now, I've been hearing about you my whole fucking life. That says something. Mm-hmm. But if you started doing a bunch of movies, I would have heard about you from my childhood to maybe teenage years. If you're putting out shit like this, don't do this ever again, Stephen King. I know this is back in 97. Do not do this shit ever again. Let the directors, the writers, all those awesome people do that. Just give them this. Listen, tell them, listen, use this source material, but make it amazing. Make it dope. Make it dope. Pull as much as you can from the book, but also make it make sense, please. Look what they did with Dr. Sleep. Again, look what they did with the original Shining. Look what they did with It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Wake up, Steven. I know this is from 97, but you need to wake up. Don't let this happen again. And I will be calling you out more. If we go through these movies and I find out you've been taking over some shit, I'm calling you out again. I got love for you, but you got to be called out at times, man. And this is definitely the one you got to be called out at.
There's only one way I think he could have made this any worse for Sturdy.
Yep.
I don't want to piss off Steven.
Casting Nicolas Cage as the dad.
Oh.
Mike Flanagan. Remake Shining. I hit the button again. All right. I'm ready for vacation.
No, you don't need to cast Nicolas Cage in any type of Stephen King adaptation. He's gonna ruin it, like he ruins a lot of things. I'll say that. But
what are we watching next week?
It's new movies because I'm not here.
Oh,
we didn't pick yet then.
Oh,
yeah, we did. We picked Cold Storage and
Good Luck. Yeah, we did. You're right. That's right.
All right, I don't have the thing. Cold Storage. What was the other one?
Good Luck. Have fun. Don't die.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yes, we're gonna be doing those two next week. Which we'll have it all scheduled by that time. But make sure you guys are here next week at 8:00. Gives time for both of those films, and then also make sure you check out Fade Theory. Make sure you check out Worst Damn Gamer. Make sure you check out the Scene Snobs, and make sure you're here for Horror with Sir Sturdy every Thursday at 8:00 as well. Scene Snobs 8:30, and just come on. Fade Theory drops stuff every Monday and Friday. Mm-hmm. Gamer's a wild card. I don't know when he's ever doing anything, honestly.
That's why you gotta follow and put the notifications on so that when I'm on, you can just be like, "Oh shit, the homie's on!" Oh, wait a minute, man.
The Gamer, you should make a live stream of you gardening.
You should.
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious because people like that shit, and listen.
I definitely would have rather have been mowing the lawn, that's for sure, than watching this fucking heap of trash and mulch.
I could never say that. I'd rather watch this trash and go mow the lawn.
I'd go stick my face in my compost. I'm
a lazy person.
I'm well, not the compost part, but I'd rather be mowing the lawn than watching this as well, because this was just. Mm-mm. But you know what, people? We're going to get on out of here. We hope to see you next week. I hope you have a great night, great weekend. Enjoy your time. I hope you enjoyed the ride. And let us know in the comments if you watch this movie, this miniseries, how you feel about it. Whether you love it or hate it, don't let us, don't let what we say affect how you feel ever about movies and shows that you watch and love. Because, we're just some cool critics that just talk movies. With that said, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for popping by, and